You can see I'm repping that BMT. No matter where I go, no matter where I be. We'll be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just have to get off the elevator. Look at him. The BMT shirt on. You know, we representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I got to do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Blackmen Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more. All right. Hold on. All right. We are live. Welcome, family, to another show. Today, we got a very good show lined up for you guys today. You know I had to do it. I wasn't going to do a show on this, but I got so many messages from guys asking me to address some of these PUA coaches, in particular, Mr. LOCARIO, who did a response video to our good young brother, Austin Holloway. All right, so we're gonna go through the response. We're gonna play some clips. We're gonna talk about it. You know, it's just going back and forth. You know, they keep Passport Bros in they mouth for some reason because they're losing a lot of market share right now. But we're gonna address that. Let's all see who's in the chat right now. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show today, family. It's gonna be a fun show. You know, Whack 100 says LOCARIO is in an open marriage. It don't get no more simplest than that. Yes, he is. All these PUA coaches have sketchy backgrounds, man, when you actually go into the interior of their lifestyle, because they're marketing a lifestyle. When you're marketing a lifestyle, people are going to look into it to see if you're real. I said this time and time again by these PUA coach guys. They're the only industry, you know, of people that don't have to show any receipts of their so-called qualifications in communication with women, because what they're talking about is the ability to be able to communicate with women and get over across what you want to get across and get them to do what you would like for them to do for you, whether that's a relationship, whether that's the access to their body. This is what they're selling, all right? And we all know right now, dating in the States is somewhat difficult because of the way they kind of cross genders a little bit, right? So what they do is they're taking advantage of these guys who actually, the game is, the thing about the PUA guys, the actual game is influencing guys who think they actually need their services. That's their game. All right. And for some odd reason, even though, you know, they never show any receipts. All right. Some guys still choose to go that route and deal with them because they feel like, okay, maybe I can learn something from these guys and maybe that help me in my communication with women. All right, so that's what they're marketing, but we're going to chop it up and talk about all of that, man. Shout out to my dude Tobias I'm sorry, I keep saying Tobias the Traveler. All right, shout out to Tobias the Traveler. He's going to come on a little later on. He was on the show yesterday. We did a really good show about a situation he had in Medellin. So I appreciate him for coming on and telling us his story. All right, and I'm gonna drop a link later on in the show. I'm gonna give you my dialogue. We're gonna go ahead and play through the response. This is a response to a response. Shout out to Whack 100. He says AMS recently dissed Passport Bros in the fresh. I'm aware of the AMS dissing the Passport Bros as well. I mean, like I say, these guys are marketing marketing BS. Basically, they're marketing game on how to communicate with women, and they're, like I said, they quickly lose the market share. That's why you got guys like Coach Greg Adams, all right, who's kind of conceded and made pretty much informal apology to the Passport Bros movement in his own indirect way. He's kind of conceding. You got some other guys out there, that's kind of mentioning, that, hey, man, if you guys want to travel, as you can see, Kevin Samuels was saying, rest in peace to him. He was saying, hey, guys, if you want to travel, that might be your best option, expanding your options, right? But I'm going to point out some clips of what LOCARIO said, and I'm gonna attack his points, not his character, but his points. All right. Now, before we get in the show, guys, I wanna address something real quick. We got Men Daily Advice and Encouragement Show. Appreciate you joining us today. You got MJ Hines. I ain't seen you in a while, man. How's it going? Shout out to you, brother. All right. We got Jay Clyde always in the building representing. Shout out to my dude Jay Clyde out there, Mr. Brazil. Larry Dawson says, I like that t-shirt. Where can I buy? The description, it's in the description. The link to the merch store, guys, is always going to be in the description, man. I appreciate the support, guys. So yeah, the shirt, you can get it in the description. All right. We got Hannibal, my dude Hannibal. He was out there in Brazil with me. What up? What's good? Make sure I'm focused in on here. Look a little blurry. There we go. All right. We got Azrael the Daywalker. LOCARIO consultation is $4,000. Their plane ticket to Colombia is $400. Not giving a what about that lame ass dating coach believe it's priceless. That's what's up. We got Doug No Music. Yeah, his consultations are very high. They're very high. You will be an idiot. $4,000 goes a long way. In a lot of places around the world, but especially in South America. Family. All right. He said, "How we about? We got receipts for days over here, fam. We got never took Fresh and Fit serious. Fresh and Fit does a lot of fence riding to a certain degree. Like they brought a guy on. He said a few things about Colombia that were factual and very true, but he skipped over. He left out a lot of information purposely to make it seem like those guys you still need some type of consultation or something like that. It's real strange, man. Real strange. Shout out to Jaleel with the first super chat of the night or the day, rather. Appreciate that. Supporting the content, big bro. Man, I appreciate that $5 super chat. We got my dude Travelversity in the building. You guys make sure you check out his channel as well. All right. Wings and Waffles or Die. Shout out to my dude Cardell. I'm gonna bring him on this week about his restaurant in Sosua. All right. Yeah, we got receipts all day. John, if you want to come on later on, man, I know you stay with the baddies, so if you want to come on later on during the show, we can definitely chop it up. All right. Now let me go ahead and give a shout out. Here we go to Passport Bros. All right. Give a shout out to Passport Bros. The group is growing. We're approaching 7,000 members. I think it's been maybe a couple of months, guys. So shout out to the private Facebook group, Passport Bros. Make sure you guys go and join. You can also join Blackmen Travels 2.0 Facebook group as well. It's a lot of good information. Let me just go through the feed a little bit. That's some women down there in Jamaica somebody posted. We all know what goes on in Jamaica, right? All right. It says, next time these women try to shame you for traveling, guys, remember them are the girls' trips to Jamaica. Yeah, I know. Oh, Lord, let me put that out before I get flagged. I don't want people to see all that. But yeah, this is the private Facebook group, Passport Bros here. A lot of good posts, a lot of bros doing big things in the group. Guys opening up businesses. Guys, I want to give a special shout out to my dude, Atlanta Street Promo, for buying a condo out there or an apartment out there in Colombia as well. Okay. So you got guys making moves all over the world, man. We got this brother right here. He did an article in Travel Noir. I'm a black man who left mainland U.S. with a life in Puerto Rico and don't regret it. You got guys out there in Bali living. You got all types of guys moving around the world, all right? Becoming either digital nomads or expats. Like I say, guys, if you can get an online job, you can be out the country next week, man. You can be out of the country next week. It's a lot of value. We got my guy 50 Cent Says I'm gonna get one of them chicks from a third world country. At least they won't have high expectations. Here's a clean glass of water, baby. So yeah, that's a private Facebook group, guys. Make sure you go ahead and join. All right. So let's get right into it. Let me go ahead and
LOCARIO for president.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me go ahead and get right into this. All right. So just to give us some preference. Well, before I get into this, let me say this real quick. I've seen that guys have been going on like, a dusty little channel, going back and forth. Some of my passport guys going back and forth with women. Dudes, that is a total waste of your valuable time. All right. Going on live streams for 4 or 5 hours, going back and forth, arguing with women. All right. When these women won't even have the respect to cam up, you don't really know who you're talking to. All right. These women will lie. People will lie all day long about their lives when they don't show their faces. All right. Nobody's camming up. The passport guys are camming up. All right. Because they're successful. They don't mind showing themselves on camera. As you can see on this channel, everybody cams up. But you got these little dusty channels out here, that's trying to get, super chats and views and stuff by getting black men to basically argue with women and everything. And it's a total waste of time. And I even called some guys on that. I'm like, bro, why are you on this show? Like, get off this show, man. It's a waste of time, man. You do not want to waste your valuable time as a man online going back and forth with angry women, angry, sour women. It's a total waste of time, especially when you don't see how they look. You don't even see how the host looks because he's an old dusty dude, 50-something years old, talking crap and everything, trying to cause arguments for views, basically, and people are kind of falling for it. So, guys, don't give it no play. I think somebody called on the channel yesterday and had mentioned it. Don't give that type of stuff no play. It is a total waste of time. Believe it or not, that channel is not even going to be around soon. So don't waste your time going back and forth with, people online that's not even going to show you their face. They could be 450 pounds at 5'5", you know what I'm saying? They 40s or something, and you sitting here arguing with that, and you in your prime. It's a waste of time. All right. And another thing, what you guys got to understand is when you're arguing with these females, all right, you're arguing with her, you're making logical points she's going to totally ignore because she's in her feelings. But when she's arguing with you and you're giving her the time of day, she's arguing with every past boyfriend, every relationship she had, because those guys aren't giving her the time of day no more. So you're giving her time. You're giving her that attention. All right. They love the attention. Even if it's the argumentative attention, they love the attention. So guys, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste your time on dusty little YouTube channels who's just trying to, get views and get more subs and get little super chats from angry women and haters that steal, group names and stuff. The haters should remain nameless as hell. As well. All right. Leave the dusty energy alone, bro. That shit is so beneath you guys. All right. Going back and forth. Like I say, at least if you're going to go back and forth with women, everybody should cam up so you can see who you arguing with. All right. Because if you see who you arguing with, you would know, oh man, this is a waste of time. This chick is not something I would even really want to approach in public. All right. So I just want to put that out there for the fam. All right. Let me put that out for the fam. Okay, let me catch a super chat and we're going to go ahead and get right into the show. A Black American man that has sacrificed and fought to be successful deserves to travel the world and be happy. Good food, beaches, and good mangoes. You're absolutely right. You guys do deserve to travel the world, All right. So let me go ahead and get into the show. Shout out to Maldo International Mango Lover. That's a hell of a good YouTube name, bro. So hold on. Let me go ahead and pull this on up. Give me 1 second, fam. All right. We're back. All right. So to give the show some preference, this is LOCARIO and some other dude. I don't know the name of the other PUA coach. Can I move the screen so you guys can see him? Hold on. Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right, so the guy on the bottom, I think his name is Bad Boy. I don't know what the guy on the bottom name is. He's supposedly a Mac Daddy dude too. All right. So let's get right into it. Let's forego all these little. All right.
Real quick, Let's pull up this video now so we can just jump right into it. So this video is a video called Why I Stopped Dating in the US, right? Now, before I begin this, what I want to say is dudes could do whatever the hell they want.
Now I want you guys to listen to this. I want you to listen to this. What he's doing is very disingenuous, but I want you guys to listen up to his opening statement.
You understand what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Dudes could do whatever the hell they want. So I'm not saying he shouldn't do what he's doing. What I'm going to be talking about is some of the things he's talking about and how that pertains to game and how a lack of game, right, makes you sort of come to these conclusions and all this other shit. You see what I'm saying? Because listen, I told you.
Now let's be honest, and I'm going to say pause before I make this statement. Who do you guys think would attract the most women on the street? These two guys or Austin? I'm just putting it out there. Who do you guys think would pull more women? Because I've seen what Mr. LOCARIO can do. He was the first guest to get eliminated on that Love. Love from New York? He was the very first guest to get eliminated, right? And I'm also going to show you some forums of what women think about Mr. LOCARIO as well. But let's go get right back into it.
On Facebook the other day, I said, I have no problem with these passport bros. Actually, let me show you what I wrote. I think I still have it in the dashboard. I said, look, I'm noticing more men believing that they can not be successful dating Western women and think they need to go overseas to get sex or find a relationship. I fully 100% support it now. Having game isn't for everyone. I would rather you guys who have weak game to get your passports and go.
So we got weak game. I want you to peep that little line, what he said.
Overseas, pay for it, and find a woman that will pretend to be interested in you rather than to stay here and be an incel.
So we incels, by the way, guys. We don't have no game. All right. We don't have any game. That's why we're traveling overseas, because we can't pull women in the States, which is the biggest lie ever to be spent. But let's go forward.
And then end up doing something stupid because you're sexually frustrated. You understand what I'm saying? So
fake applause.
So understand.
Hey, look, LOCARIO for president 2024.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. So that's what I want you guys to get. So look, do what you got to do. But what we want to, the only thing that sucks is that when guys just don't understand that the reason why they're coming to the conclusions they're coming to is because of a lack of game. It's just that simple. You understand? So let's start this. We'll start, stop in between.
Man, I tell you, bro, this is frustrating to even listen to this guy talk.
And then we'll give the commentary and all that other stuff. But let's start this.
We're not gonna go through the whole video. Like I say, it'd be annoying to do a response to a response to a response. But we're just gonna point out a few things before we get the show really started. All right.
And this time we're not going to be talking about Brazil. We're going to be talking about what made me leave to go to Brazil. In other words, what made me stop dating in the United States. If you've watched my TikToks or some of my YouTube videos, you can kind of get a perspective of how, but I'm going to break it down today. So, and these are in order, I believe, from severity of why I stopped dating in the United States. The number one thing, and we're going to say this is actually a bunch. I'm bringing it down. The number one thing that stopped me from dating the United States.
There is 106.
Was the texting games and the phone call games. The game. So
now we're all familiar with the game. Everybody knows in America when you get a woman's number, you don't want to immediately call her sometimes or text her like that. We all know the phone games that we play, especially being in America. And they play those phone games all over the world, but we know exactly what Austin is talking about.
So we're not going to act brand new. We know this is the thing here. You have to have some sort of game, and people get game confused with charisma. Those aren't the same thing. Okay, charisma is the sweet talking and the emotional aspect of her getting to like you with your words. But when I say game, I'm talking about I get your phone number. Now let me wait 2 or 3 days to call you back. Like if you know alpha male strategy, he says he waits 10 days to call a woman back. Why the fuck would I want to do that?
Exactly.
Okay,
valid point.
I get it. But then that's another thing. They say, oh, you got to pretend like you have options. You have to show her you have options. Don't blow her up all the time.
You know what I love, especially about dating Colombia. Now, let me say this. Yeah, women are very flaky in Colombia and Brazil. Like, women are flaky in general. Like, that's all around the world, even here, sometimes in Thailand. But I will say it's a whole lot easier to forego all the BS that you would usually have to go through in the States, right? Especially in Colombia. Like, hey, you know, like I said, I use like my daytime game, or in Colombia, I don't want to call it game, but, you know, hey, let's meet for some ice cream, something innocent earlier on during the day, and then that can go from, you know, lunch to dinner to the club, and then back to the house. It's that simple, all right? And then it can go further than that. But to kind of ignore this, that, you know, we don't do these little phone games in the States and play all these waste of time things, man, come on, man. He's dead on what he's saying.
Hold on.
Yeah. Hold on.
I pressed the wrong button. I gotta get the right button.
Can we acknowledge that a part of the reason why he can't date in America is because he's being led by persons unknown that also have weak game.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because this is what I want to point out too, is that, see, when you're listening to people who don't know what they're talking about.
Now, neither one of these guys, I don't think, have ever traveled outside the United States, by the way.
And then what's going to happen is you're going to be doing things that are not going to benefit you. So if I teach you 2 + 2 is 79, you're always going to think 2 + 2 is 79. And then when you take math tests, you're going to wonder why you can't get 100 on the test.
Now, he lost me with this one. He lost me. I don't know what the hell he's talking about right now, bro.
Right.
You see,
they do that from time to time. Like, they'll just say some stuff, and all of them do that. You know, they just say some shit, and you be like, "What?" Like, get back to the point, bro. What are you talking about? It's like they're trying to confuse the audience to a certain degree, and some guys actually fall for that. You know, they'll sit there and be like, "Oh, okay, 2 + 2 = 7. Okay, Mr. LOCARIO." No, bro. What are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Because you think 2 + 2 is 79 because somebody who don't know math try to teach you math. You see what I mean? But shout out to my dude K-Zag in 23 or some shit like that.
Come on, bro.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and shout out to Taekwondo. I feel like Taekwondo.
Come on,
you see what I'm saying? But let's continue this shit.
Either you want to fuck with me or you don't. And that's what, when you go to Brazil, and I'm gonna compare each number to when I went to Brazil. When I went to Brazil and I saw those texting games disappear, and the you know, either she wouldn't give you her number or she would give you her number. 90% of the time, if she gives you her number, it's going somewhere. In the United States, 90% of the time you give a chick your number, it's not going anywhere. Then it makes you wonder, why did you give me your number? I mentioned in the TikTok video, a chick left a note in my car, 2 chicks left a note in my car, and then I call or text, and then I can't even hook up a date with you or hook up a time to see you. Why the fuck did you leave a note in my car?
The problem with him, and this is what a lot of guys do when they don't understand the game.
Now, this guy's just speaking his truth. You know, we've all been through it. You know, you get excited about getting a female's number, and then, you know, you call her and then she seems uninterested, and you like, man, what's going on? Who has time to be trying to go back and forth to figure out, you know, what? And then you find out, you know, she's got like she's a baby mama or something. So you disinterested, and then that's when she calls. That's what Austin's talking about. That's what he's talking about. That little game, that little gameplay that you have to get caught up texting for weeks at a time just to go out with a female. Like, come on, man, who got time for that? And he's right. He's right. You know, the communication overseas is a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like, the women do, if they're interested in you, they will communicate a whole lot more than, let's say, women possibly in the States.
They ask a bunch of questions about why a woman is going to do a certain thing. You understand? And what you have to understand is that women will do a lot of things based off of how they feel in the moment, right? Also, right. What happens is, you know, off the top, sometimes women are attracted to you, and then they start to, you know, like get a feel for who you are, or they get a vibe for who you are, and then they've changed their minds. Now, I don't, like, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know, maybe a guy like this, maybe they got the vibe that he had weak game.
Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Really? So because he doesn't have your services, all right, because he didn't do a $4,000 consultation with you, particular, Mr. LOCARIO, he doesn't have any game. But you can provide this game for him, and you're going to improve his game. Now, like I say, let's be honest, all right? Out of those three guys, I would think Austin probably has a better pull rate. You know what I'm saying? But let me catch the super chats real quick. Shout out to Azro, the day walker with a $4.99 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says Miles admitted to recently getting ghosted. Okay, I guess that's the other PUA guy's name. How are you a dating coach still being flaked on? Pathetic. Then say it's a part of the game. Bunch of losers. Yeah, you know, when they go in the field and try to show some receipts, they always get embarrassed. Even AMS. When AMS went to Atlanta and thought he was just gonna pull up on any random female, he just got showed up, and they wasn't even studying him like that. All right, shout out to my dude QB Passport Flexing. QB, if you want to come on later, man, you're welcome to come on with a $4.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. LOCARIO don't want this work. He blocked me. I believe LOCARIO might have blocked me too. You know, he refuses to come on a panel with us. He's not going to do that. He's definitely not going to do that. All right, shout out to East Coast Kev. What up, Kev? With the follow-out super chat, he says these women in other countries don't hear all game these jokers have. Run that game in Portuguese. I'll wait. Facts. That's facts. These women in other countries done heard all the game these jokers have. Run that game in Portuguese. I'll wait. That's a very good point. Buck travel in the building. LOCARIO is a clown. He sure is. All right. Let's see. We got Global Paper. He said, I think they admitted to going to Brazil before on that show. I wonder who went to Brazil. Yeah, Life of Bill. Yeah. This whole narrative that guys who travel, you know, overseas don't have, you know, no game at all, that they're incels, they got to travel just to get women. That's total BS. Total BS, bro. Total BS. All right. Shout out to Chester Williams for the $5 super chat. Notice that neither of them focus on the quality of women men are attempting to pursue. They are master deflectors who are lame. Facts. Very, very much facts. Salute to BMT. Appreciate that. Red Planet Photography. All right. I think that's it. Let me see. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play a little bit more, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring guys on, and we can have a discussion about these weak PUA coaches, all right? Oh, we got my dude Black Ram in the building. Black Ram, of course you're welcome to come on, bro. You know, I would love, you know, your opinion. I would love your opinion. I know you're probably kind of in the middle here, but I would love your opinion if you would like to come on. All right? I think I just missed one. Hold on. Where's my dude at? My dude just made a comment. Hold on. Let me try to find your comment, bro. LOCARIO is married. He can't relate if he isn't actively in the field. That's another thing. That's why I can't stand Steve the Dean. Steve the Dean been married since the 90s, man. He was married before the social media movement. All right, the social networking movement, man. So he's totally out the loop. He feels like just being a loudmouth would attract women and saying that you're less of a man than him, and you should sign up to to get his courses on how much of a man you can be like him to attract women, which is total BS. Total BS. All right, where's my dude's comment? Mr. LOCARIO openly mentioned letting other men sleep with his wife. Of course he did. Is that what young men aspire to? Well, in LOCARIO's mind, that's game. That's game. Yes, LOCARIO is in the open marriage. Let's say, man, these guys all have sketchy backgrounds. All of them. Steve the Dean, all of them. He's like a, stepdaughter. Like, I thought those were his kids he was posting, but those are somebody else's kids that he raised. And I'm like, well, bro, if you're a PUA coach, if you're this master communicator of women, I would think guys like you at the top tier. Now, I'm not talking about my average guys, regular guys. If you want to date a woman with kids, that's perfectly fine. But I'm talking about you as a master communicator, a master of women. I would think you would get a woman without any kids. But that's neither here or there. All right. Where is that comment at? I just seen it. Where is it at? These comments are flying in. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you hit that like button when you come on in the room. All this mumbo jumbo doesn't happen overseas. That's facts. All right, apologies. I can't find your comment, bro. So apologies on that. I was gonna get a comment from my dude Dre, but I can't find it. All right, so shout out to my dude Delano Music, $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, bro. I usually don't chime in on the PUA coach opinions of Travel Bros because I simply ignore them, but this has gone too far in the past few weeks. It's time to finally address the elephant in the room. Exactly. And I don't know if it was you or another guy that was actually in the same neighborhood as Mr. LOCARIO, and you were saying that he was walking with an overweight woman. All right, so let's get back to this. Let's get back to it.
Because if you're on YouTube complaining every video, if you're talking about how hard you got it, if you're talking about how American women is like this and like that,
he's speaking his truth.
A woman is probably going to get the vibe that you're not that type of guy who's attractive enough to get shit popping the way you want to get it popping. Because see, I did a seminar the other day on shout out to MLD. I was on his Masculine Empowerment Network seminar, and I was basically explaining to guys. I said, you realize that the moves you make and the actions you take are going to dictate to a woman the type of guy you are. So every time when you're about to do something, you have to ask yourself, you have to say, well, would an attractive guy do this? You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's say, just for sake of argument, this guy approaches some girl and, you know, they exchange numbers and she's like interested in seeing him or whatever. And then she goes on YouTube and she stumbles upon his videos. And she's like, damn.
Well, he already said he's done dating in America, so it wouldn't matter.
Damn, this dude is a complaining ass nigga. So now he went from a guy who she thought was attractive to a guy who she thinks isn't attractive, because she's gonna be thinking.
Now I want to stop right there on that statement. Hold on, let me share this right quick. Hold on, where is it at? Where is that? Hold on. Stop screen, share screen. I want you to see what the women say about Mr. LOCARIO. Now he's making all these statements that he's so mackish, and what the women think about our brother Austin. But let's see what the women think about him. Hold on, let me pull this up. Now this is a thread from Lipstick Alley about Mr. LOCARIO. So this is just the opinion of some of the women about this guy right here. All right, hold on. This is funny, guys. Shout out to JC the Conqueror with $1.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. These ABWs with super mad black men are traveling. All right. Shout out to you, JC the Conqueror. So let's pull this up. Now, this was a forum on Lipstick Alley. I think the total was, he explains him sleeping with hundreds of women. That's not proven. That's not factual, by the way. This is what he claims. You know, one woman said, who is voluntarily screwing him? He's ugly is my first thought. All right. Another female said, hold on. They were just roasting him. Thin ass, 1920s, flapper eyebrows. Mr. LOCARIO has a wife and a girlfriend, completely in an open relationship. I mean, they just in there roasting him, man. They just in there just pretty much roasting him. So that's their opinion of Mr. LOCARIO collectively. And it's a whole lot more. I'm not going to go through all the comments, but I think he's an idiot with an STD risk. I mean, they roasting him. They're not really feeling Mr. LOCARIO. You know, like I say, I would think Austin would have a better pull rate than Mr. LOCARIO, hands down. Let's get back to it.
If a guy like him is complaining, then chicks in America must not fuck with him. So if chicks in America must not fuck with him, then why? You
can clearly see women in America don't mess with Mr. LOCARIO either, though. And like I said, I'm not familiar with this guy, Miles. I think Miles just like a, you know, kind of like a D-rider, you know, on Mr. LOCARIO. I guess he's trying to get views and subs up. I don't know what this other guy got going on, but he's not really, you know, come on, man.
Should I fuck with him? You see what I'm saying? So understanding is that is part of the game where you talk to 10 and you probably get 2. That's like somebody saying, man,
this guy's so loud and opinionated. But once again, like what's the most frustrating thing to me is this guy has never ever showed receipts. All right, you got Passport Bros. You can look at any of the Facebook group Blackmen Travels 2.0 or Passport Bros, and you'll see constant receipts of guys with women. All right, constant receipts of guys with women. LOCARIO does photo shoots. Right, he pays models to take photos with him. You know, with you know the good cameras and all that. So he does photo shoots. He doesn't actually have any just cell phone receipts of him being with multiple women. All right, he'll go to like a book signing, or he'll go to you know, some type of red carpet event, you know, a meet and greet event, and he'll take a picture with like a little celebrity female, and he'll do like a seductive pose, you know, that they might not pick up on, to make it seem like he was actually dating or talking to that celebrity woman, which is of course a lie. So he's one of those like con artist type of PUA coach games, you know, coaches or whatnot. He never ever would ever show you a receipt. He's all talk. And once again, this guy was the first dude eliminated off of Love in New York. He was the very first dude. Now, if you have a mastery level of game, you should be at least the last 5, right? Because your communicative skills are so at a superior level. You're basically saying that you're selling your Michael Jordan services. You are the best of the best. You are actually a coach, all right, for guys to be able to communicate with women. So you are the best. You're among the best of the best is what you're communicating. That's what you're telling the world, that you're the best of the best. But we have seen no physical evidence of this whatsoever. You know, it's like going to the slam dunk competition and it's telling everybody, hey, man, I'm the best dunker in America right now. Nobody can dunk better than me. And everybody said, okay, let's see you dunk. No, I can't do that. But you can pay me a consultation and I can tell you how I dunk. All right. That's basically what he's doing. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let me go ahead and bring some guys. I can't keep listening to this crowd. Let me go ahead and bring some cats on the show. And let's get some opinions, man. Hold on, let me copy this clip. All right. All right, there's a link. I just dropped it. Yeah, you'll be surprised who listens to dating coaches, man. They got a little big following, believe it or not. All right. Somebody say your looks are your game. Have a conversation complaining. All right. Let me drop that link one more time. Who's that back there? Okay, I don't see that person. Oh, shout out to my guy, J Rags. Shout out to my dude, J Rags. He's out there in Colombia. Hey, fam, you got to cam up. If you guys don't come in, make sure you guys cam up, man. All right. Nobody needs a PUA. Ask a woman what she thinks of a man that goes to a PUA. LOCARIO is trash. All right. Let me get a super chat. I'm gonna bring everybody on. Shout out to my dude East Coast Kev once again with $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Cross season, if you talk to a 10, you could pull if you talk to 10, you could pull 7, and the other 3 you can be friends with and pull some of her friends. I like my odds better across season. You know what? That he's dead on with that. He's dead on with that, man. Colombia, amazing. Medellin is an amazing city because I actually went out on a date with a girl. My Spanish wasn't the greatest. And, we still, had our fun, did our thing. But a few weeks later, she calls me. She says, hey, I have a friend that speaks better English than me. You can link up with her. You guys can go out. So they do stuff like that. So he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Let me catch this other super chat. I'm going to go ahead and bring the fam on. $5 super chat by Azrael the Daywalker. I really appreciate that. Dude admitted that he's only become a coach because he was 30, still living in his mom's house, and he admitted he didn't want to get a regular job. Okay, let me welcome to the show my dude Travelversity in the building, in the penthouse. What up, bro?
You already know. What's up?
Man, what's good with you, man? How you living?
Man, I'm chilling, I got to give it to these dudes, though, man. They convincing people to listen to them somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, most definitely. So have you ever used the PUA coach, bro?
No, I never needed nothing like that. I never needed nothing like that, man.
Mhm.
Like he said, man, he was 30 living with his mama. I'm 29. I'm living here.
Right. And where you at currently again?
I'm in Thailand.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I got my dude done on music in the building. You there?
Yeah, man, I'm here. Loud.
That's what's up, man. It's the first time you came up, ain't it? What's up, man?
Yeah,
What's
man.
good?
I know. Yeah.
Oh man, you got a little bit of a lag, bro. You might have to come back in. You got a little bit of a lag. Yeah, you might have jump back on in there, man. That was my dude, man. He was. You know what? I think you had already left Brazil when he was down there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Hey,
because you left
Brazil is
Brazil. Yeah, you be getting the hell on. Yeah, you left Brazil. Like, what was that? How long was you in Brazil, bro?
Like almost 3 months. Like 3 months about. Yeah, I left like right before Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah. So he came. I think Dano came out there right around Thanksgiving.
Okay, so yeah, he probably came right.
There we go. What up, bro?
Working?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, it's a little pixelated, man, but
I think it's something going on with the internet.
yeah, it might be your internet.
Yeah. Look. All right. Hold on. Is it working like this or
you still got a little scratchiness, bro?
all right.
Like borging a little bit.
Yeah, you borging a little bit, bro. Try coming back in.
All right.
I got some cats in the background. If you guys can cam up, man, I really appreciate that.
So how you feel about these comments, man?
I mean, man, bro, I've been going back with these guys for as you know, for some years now, bro. They refuse to come on a panel. They know they're gonna get roasted off that panel, but
oh yeah, no, they don't want to do that. Yeah, they don't want to do that.
Like I say once again,
I
had
some walk down these stairs right now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, man. Yeah. LOCARIO says 45 years old, called himself a bad boy. Yeah, man. They just come on, fam. Come on. You know,
man. But you notice, bro, we never talking about them though. Like we only respond. Like it's always
only
a response. You know what I'm saying? We not pulling up their videos talking about how dumb they really sound.
No, we letting them be, but they always come into our market and start talking S.
Right, because the reality of it is, like, I mean, anybody that's always been able to get women, like, you can see through dudes like that, man. It's like, bro, come on, bro. Like, I know the dude you was in high school, like in college, like you wasn't that dude.
Yeah, basically, like you can recognize it, man. You can just recognize it in him. But like I said, he has some. You know, the game is the game of him selling that bullshit. Basically, that's the game.
No, that's a fact. That's
the game. Like the fact that he can convince people to actually purchase $4,000 consultation from him. That's the game.
Exactly. It's like, why cure the cancer when I could just keep selling you the medicine? You know, to keep you barely alive. Because how much results are you really getting? You know what I'm saying?
And you know another thing that's shocking to me. You have never seen, like, you know how dudes might do a testimonial commercial. Like, for instance, at the beginning of the show, you see guys wearing the Blackmen travel shirts, right? That's kind of like a testament of guys rocking with the brand, right? You would never see, like, these dating coaches have 4-5 guys explaining to people, yeah, I take this course with, AMS, and, man, I pull with this woman, you know?
Right.
Or, you know, you would never see that.
Right. It's because the money doesn't correlate to women. Like the money that they spending on these consultations, all that don't correlate to women. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay $4,000 just to hear a dude tell you a bunch of BS that don't even work for him. You know, You give me $100. You feel me? I had 2 of them at the airport when you get there.
I want to welcome House of Haas. You was in there for a minute, man. I think you just got out, but I'll come back to you. Tobias, the traveler, is in the building.
What's going on?
What's good with you, bro? I pronounced it right today, right? Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias. You did.
All right.
Yeah, yesterday you was like,
yeah, I was like,
go ahead.
What was I calling you?
Tobis. I'm like, Tobis. There's an A in there, man.
Uh-oh. We got the PUA killer in here. QB Willie B in the building.
What's good, fam?
Oh, you came up. You ready today? You came out ready today, didn't you?
Your boy was on the elliptical. You know what I'm saying? I was at the gym and I'm like, oh shit, I need to hop on this stream, dog. I need to hop on this stream.
Everybody wanted a piece of this one.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I had House of Haas in here, man, bro. You got to come back. I don't know what's going on with you guys internet today, man, but y'all, you don't want to mess up the floor of the show. Y'all coming in and out. But Tobias, you was on the show yesterday, man. You said you had something to say about this. You say you experienced both.
Yeah, I experienced both, right? So after I got divorced in 2012, I moved to Germany. And, I was having, moderate, success with women, as, a lot of pick apart, PUA coaches call it, success with women. And back in the day, like a lot of folks, you heard of Tariq Nasheed. He used to be like the dating coach in like 2004, 5, 6. Right. Yeah. And that's where I first started hearing it. I had some other partners, hold on, let's take it back. Game, which is being sold today, is actually watered down pimp game. First and foremost, that's what it is. And it's been repackaged to sell it, create a product that's palatable for the masses to, get women. And then we think about it. What is the man's goal that is, typically using game to get girls? At the end of the day, they're just looking to smash. And get, basically get to that journey, right, which is getting physical with a chick. Now, living in Germany, I was having moderate success with women, but like I said, I was listening to Tariq, and then YouTube put this a channel in front of me, right? Their algorithm called, RSD, or Real Social Dynamics. Some folks may not remember that because this is like 10 years ago. And I started listening just to what these pickup artist coaches were saying. And I'm listening to it, made a lot of sense. And I'm like, hold on, everything that they're saying to do, right, I was already doing, but in a different order. And like you said a minute ago, right? If you got game, people know it. Well, like in the pimp game, people will say the game is in you, not on you. Most of these cats, when you think about it, they see or hear what Mr. LOCARIO is talking about. Or just say Real Social Dynamics, how they packaged it was the marketing, the video. They say they show a guy talking to a girl in the club with a hidden with a hidden camera. They show the guy holding his hand. Now they're making out and they're leaving the club together, thinking, "Oh, this guy just went and had some fun," which is not necessarily the truth. Germany, I was there. I was listening to these cats, and again, when I just basically resequenced what I was already doing, I did have a lot more success with women, but then again, I was already doing it. I didn't need them to tell me exactly. It wasn't like these pillars, hey, do this, and here are these magic beans. And once you plant these magic beans, put some water on it, some sunlight, it's going to grow. It's going to happen for you. No, that's not how it is. But the marketing, a lot of guys, I think, are very, they chase the sex so bad when they see a man who's talking about doing exactly what they want, and that they can see, just even those breadcrumbs, like with the videos that this company RSD put out, oh, I met the chick at a nightclub, we're talking, she's laughing, she's kissing, that whole sequence of what it could potentially look like. They buy into that. And then they'll go ahead and spend that money on a course. Like I had this one guy, a former friend, he told me he had, spent some money on a pickup artist boot camp. I'm like, what? You spent some money on a boot camp for real? He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, that's, to me, I can never do it. I mean, I don't knock those that do.
That's an entire trip. That's a plane ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, well, again, I didn't move to Germany, right, or start traveling just because I had, issues with women. I moved to, first I moved abroad for a job, right? And that's when I moved. I said Germany was, hey, I got a job there. I was in Berlin, and then I'm single. All right, let's see what happens. But these a lot of cats, they gravitate towards the visual, because remember, like that seeing a lot of times I think is believing. And you have some guy like, oh well, he looks good, he think it's packaged very, very well. And people pay attention to that marketing like no other. Like people recognize that Coca-Cola can. If Mr. LOCARIO says this, that, and the other, and he's been around for a number of years, people will think he's some type of authority. Which and having someone got some feedback, they needed to kill at YouTube. If they can provide, like again, that sequence that shows, hey, I'm doing this, that, and the other. And maybe just have like one or two girls, or maybe he's taking pictures with women. Even if he's paying them, it doesn't matter, right? It's he has these very attractive women on his arm,
photo shoots, paid models.
Right.
Right.
Well, one thing I want to iterate about a guy like LOCARIO is, he's been a dating coach for a very, very long time, and to come out and say on your channel that you're in an open marriage and your wife gets smashed by other dudes and you're coming home to cream pies, that's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Come on, man.
Right.
You have no credibility after that.
And so, but a lot of these viewers and the subs, they don't know this. So if LOCARIO listens to this stream, that's the facts. This is not made up. This is the truth. This is the real hardcore facts. And what does your wife look like? Like we seen Donovan Sharp's wife, and lackluster. And I can only imagine LOCARIO's wife is probably lesser tier than that. But then you have the audacity to come after Passport Bros, okay? When the receipts we show are beautiful women, okay? But their argument, they're all paid receipts and this and that. It's like, you see us going to nightclubs. You see us with our Tinder matches. The receipts are real. Why don't you show us everything you talk about game and the girls you get and invite them in? Why don't you be transparent about your receipts? And this Buddy Miles, another Steve the Dean, nothing but BBWs out of that guy. So if you're coming for the credibility on the Passport Bros, you need to step up and have a debate with us, period.
But what they're saying, QB, is that we're all incels and we can't even attract women in the States. That's why we're traveling thousands of miles to get women.
Can I jump on that one?
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. I'm putting devil's advocate here, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Because now I would love to talk to that brother about this, because I'll be like, look here, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. Calling brothers who travel, right? Passport Bros, incels. We could talk about numbers and all that, but I've done a lot, and I am not an incel. People that I run with aren't incels, whether we're abroad or we're in the States. It does not go down like that. Are we attracting pretty women here? Yeah. Are they wife material? Because we got to think about, a lot of the Passport Bros, you may not be out just trying to just smash every woman that you meet. You might be looking for, what? I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking to get married right now. I want something real. I want something substantial with a traditional woman. Am I going to get that in America per se today? Last night I was out with a woman and we were talking about this, and she was like, nah, you're not going to get no real traditional woman like that here no more. And if you do, those numbers are tiny of women that are, hey, you know what? I want to be a homemaker, right? And that's going to be right for you. Those numbers are very, very small. But you step out this country, it expands. So again, what is that, that brother, that Passport brother, doesn't matter what your, ethnic background is. What is that man looking for? And what's the probability of getting that here in the States?
Right.
Real small.
Very small.
Real small. And, kind of what you mentioned, BMT, that, we're just traveling overseas for women. Definitely not the case, but we're playing at a different level. Okay. We're not playing on all Madden. All right. When I go pop bottles anywhere in Mexico, bro, the tab is like 200, maybe 250 tops compared to $2,000. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. And I'm having the same amount of fun as if I'm in the VIP section in Vegas, LA, or anywhere else in the States. The same amount of fun.
More.
So if you already have that experience, why not go somewhere where you can do it on a bigger level for less the price?
Right. That's what I say. I mean, it's all about being affordable, man. Like you can do things for half the price. You know, you can have fun very affordable overseas with the cost of living and all that. But the thing is, like most of these dudes haven't spent any substantial time anywhere outside of America. So they're really talking about a bunch of stuff they have no idea about. Like, how can you really have any type of opinion on a lifestyle or something that you've never done? You know, like we've all lived in the States. We know what's in the States, you know. We know what's there, but they don't know the difference between the States and overseas because they've only been in one of those spots.
Exactly. Let me catch the super chats real quick. Shout out to Ken Matinee. He's one of the members. I appreciate the $2 super sticker, man. I appreciate that. I got another super chat here from Ken Matinee once again, 99-cent super sticker. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that, my bro. Let's see, we got another one over here. Shout out to my dude Yoga in the building down there in the DR. Shout out to JC the Conqueror once again with a $4.99 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says, salute the QB passport flexing with dealing with those angry women and them sipping dudes yesterday. The passport hate is real. Yeah, I had to hit my boy up yesterday on the stream, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I real quick to comment on that super chat. You know, I came in with a cool demeanor, but you can tell they wanted to light it up in there. And I just gave them the simple facts that, look, a passport dude like me, I don't have to compete with the lames and the simps here in the States. And an American woman, you know, she's going to have to bring a better solid product compared to the girls overseas. And it's just not going to happen. Yeah.
It ain't nothing they can bring now.
Right.
And I've actually had some all right chicks in the States, but it's just overseas it's just different. Like it's a whole different thing.
I gotta say QB is 100% correct, right? When you step out and you know you're abroad, you spend time. I spent almost 10 years abroad, right? Living in different countries, working, like actually paying taxes in other countries. So when you're dating, though, the women they treat you you're like, whoa, this is amazing. This is how I should be treated. When you come back to the States and you speak about your experiences, women immediately know, like, oh, he's going to have he has expectations. I don't know if I can meet those. And now a lot of times I've noticed they'll start pulling back because what they're doing isn't working. You might call it out, or they can just kind of see, like, you know, your body language. They just know, and they're just not on your level. They're not actually able to deliver what it is that you require. That's okay. We just keep it pushing, or they just don't get what they really want. Right? Whatever that is, whether it's a husband or if they want the relationship, if they're not delivering what we want, because we're the buyer, it's not happening with men like us. And we know we can step out. We can jump by a plane quick, go get some more stamps and live our lives. You want to party abroad? Oh, I keep telling a couple of my boys, I'm probably going to stop, but you want to have a great night out. Come out with me. Come with me abroad, right? Whether we go back to Bali, go back to Thailand, I can return to Germany, Sweden, Croatia. I can go on and on. And a lot of cats, you know, they have that fear. And I don't know why. I'm like, look, we come from the same spot, same hood, whatever. So you will love it. But the mental block is real. So, circling back, QB, I 100% wish you on that one.
Facts. Let me catch another super chat by House of Haas with a $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. You want to come back on? I see you try to get on too, bro. You want to come on. These guys want you to gaslight you. They tell you not to believe your lying eyes. They prey on lonely men. They are no different than Tinder dating apps. That's facts. That's facts.
Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, you come through clear, bro.
All right.
You clear now.
Yeah, I had to reset my internet and everything. What Tobias just spoke upon, bringing out his brothers to different countries and experiencing a different lifestyle, is exactly why the PUA coaches are in fear of us. See, the PUA coaches, they're doing all of this to make money. And most travel bros, we're not seeking out to make money. We just want to experience a different life, different lifestyle, you know? I, me personally, I've never charged anyone to come out and have some fun in Spain because that's my hot spot, you know? Like, I know it, and even if someone was to charge brothers to come out, it's more like a week experience and you get to understand a different culture. That's something that most people would be willing to spend money on. Who will want these POE coaches are dependent on people to spend $2,000,
Right, and
$2,000 just to learn how to trick a woman into liking them.
Yes.
and to see really quick to see LOCARIO, I think on a one-on-one, he's charges like $4,000, and it's like, who will want to meet you for $4,000?
Right.
Seriously.
All right, I've taken dudes all around a bunch of countries. I've taken dudes out around the Medellin, Rio. I've taken dudes around in Thailand. Like, I never asked for. I've even handed chicks to dudes and ain't asked for no money ever. Like, it's just. I think the information we trying to spread is more of just a solution based thing. You know, with the PUAs, they kind of want to keep selling you on the problem and just keep trying to talk you into telling you that your game still ain't there yet. You got to keep buying these consultations with me first, and then you'll get there. You know, we just like, hey, this is a solution, bro. Take it or leave it. It's here though. You know?
Right, and to keep it 100, you know, for travel dudes that may charge or whatever, it's like, look, there are guys that don't want to travel by themselves. So it's like, hey, you know, if you roll with me or something for the first time, work out accommodations, and I'm gonna make sure I put you.
That's an actual service.
Right. I'm gonna put you in a winning position. Like, if anyone wanted to go to Mexico, you know, particular city like QB, I need you to come through. Okay, we work out the accommodations. I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna, you know, get that guy in there, and you're gonna be in a winning position. You know, there's no such thing as a night in Mex, but a PUA, he can't guarantee you that. You know, if you go to his boot camp or whatever, he cannot guarantee that you're gonna have success. But yeah, he's gonna charge you 10,000, 15,000. I've even seen some of these dudes like 30,000. So it's real out there.
Exactly. Come to Thailand, man. I can guarantee you success.
Right.
I don't want to say that us travel bros have nothing to lose, but PUA coaches literally have money on the line that they're losing. And they're slowly trickling away because people are seeing that maybe traveling, I get to see a different culture. These women are obviously easier to talk to. Why spend $4,000 and speak with LOCARIO when I could go and like to Brazil? I guess for an expensive trip, $2,000, experience a different culture, good food, woman. Which one would you choose? $4,000 to talk to a bum? $2,000 to experience something and change your whole life, you know?
True. You know what? I for most cats that haven't traveled, right? You know, I spent almost 3 years in Thailand from 2004 to 2007. Like I said, my ex-wife, right, is Thai. Now, although, you know, we didn't meet there, we met here. I like to point that out because, you know, people be like, huh? Now, if you say you've never traveled, I'll tell anybody like a great starter country to travel to is Thailand. It's inexpensive. It's a warm climate, warm culture. The food is amazing. It's the acceptance, tolerance. It's safe. It's a great place to just, you know, it's a long flight, right? But when you get there, you will love it. You will most likely come back. I've never met anyone unless they had a very, very bad experience that has not enjoyed, you know, the kingdom. And yeah, that I gotta go with that. And next after that, I'm like, okay, what are you looking for? You know, brother, man, traveler, what are you looking for? If you're just looking to smash, is that your goal? Again, what are you trying to achieve? What outcome are you looking for? If you're looking for that, Go to Poland. Come with me to Poland. And you ain't gonna spend that if whether you want to pay for play or which you probably won't, you don't have to, just step out. You will find out quick, fast, in a hurry. You don't have to speak Polish. They usually speak pretty, are damn good English already. You will have an amazing time. Or come with me to Serbia. Right, come with me to so goodness. But what is that person looking for, right? Ultimately, if they're looking for, like I said, a wife, that can be, obtained. If you're looking for just a whole bunch of fun, that can also be obtained. But the pickup artist coaches, they think, oh, game. Like when dude was LOCARIO was talking about at the beginning, oh, they don't have any game. This is why this, that, and the other. I'm like, dude, look here, man. Not everyone wants to play that game. I'm not trying to, mind fuck this chick, right? I'm not trying to cause emotional distraught, because that's actually what it is. The emotional, the wave of emotion, the peaks and valleys and all that good stuff. When you do that, it actually destroys her ability to even trust a man in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not, what are you leaving in your wake? Because she could have been a great person for somebody, but maybe you come through and destroy, what little bit of what's what I'm looking for, that person who she is. Maybe you destroy that. I know, because like I said, I've been there and I did that like hella. Now it was wrong. I admit that it wasn't cool, but I learned a lot. Even had to make some apologies to a couple of women because of it. And yeah, it's the thing, not every guy wants to do that though. You don't want to be in the streets or you have approach anxiety and I don't want to just talk to them. There's this fear and all that. Now, some cats, you think you just, hey, you know what? Hello, how are you? And you just talk to the woman, you exchange numbers, you hit her up. Maybe in Europe or most countries I've discovered, in the States is different. If she ain't interested in you, she's not interested. Straight up, hey, she's not gonna give you her number. She ain't just gonna hand it to you. You gonna hit her up or wait 10 days like other cat talk about. Get up out of here. If she's interested, you gonna know quick, fast, and in a hurry. And that's what what would you? We don't waste time, right? They're not gonna waste their time. They value their time of seeing that a man, just like you value your time of talking to or spending time with her.
Good point. And appreciate the super chat, man. You on the stream, but you're super chatting. So appreciate the super chat, bro. He said supporting the stream. I want to welcome, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it Geyser Jackson?
Oh,
hello?
It froze.
Yeah, he froze. Yeah, you froze. You gotta come back in, bro.
But
all right.
Yeah. But to elaborate on these pickup artist guys, we also mentioned, showing the receipts. They mentioned going overseas is weak. But here's the thing. We are selected more in these countries compared to the West by default. There's many places, I'm sure, in Thailand, Brazil, places I've been in Mexico, where they don't see black men at all. There's been several times I've been to restaurants and the waitress wants to take a photo of me because she's never seen a brother. So it goes back again, like, man, if I'm getting this treatment, people still think that I'm a basketball player. Why do I need to play here in the States? For what? Mm-hmm. And it's very important for these guys that, because, I'm probably sure there are a lot of people that watch, BMT's videos and, these dating coaches, but we don't see the end results from these guys. They're just on streams hours and hours and hours, just, roasting guys and, selling their products. But when it comes to an infill, like how you mentioned earlier, BMT, we saw AMS, he struggled. He got scared. Yo, homie, I'm alpha. And then the snow bunnies went right by you. Where was your alphaness? And it went right out the wind. Yeah, so
masculine frame.
He was struggling.
Right. So again, right. Again, passport bros, like old boy mentioned, it's like, man, I go to Brazil, I get this, and this treatment. in the States, they're playing games. You don't have to deal with that, having that passport as an option.
Facts. Let me catch this super chat by the Black Cleaner Restorer, $3 super chat. He says, "When will you bring your experiences back home?" Anybody want to answer that one?
I would like to.
Go ahead, bro.
If you're gonna bring your experiences, which I think he's referring to as a woman back home, the only circumstance that you should bring a woman back home is if your community at home is stable. If your community at home promotes a healthy relationship, as far as a healthy man and woman relationship, you can bring them back home. But if you have any chinks in that armor, do not do it. It's not going to sustain, because your community makes your relationship work. That's why relationships work outside the US, particularly South America, Caribbean, parts of Europe. If the community is strong, it will last, because they always have a reference to go to, either if it's the cousin, the mom, the dad, grandma, friends.
Facts.
And it's not present in the US because the culture has been damaged, but it's been designed to be damaged.
Facts.
You know,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
This question is for you, QB. Do you do consultations? Shout out to Josh 2003 with $2 super chat.
Yeah, I do. We'll put the link to my channel and my Instagram. So just hit me there, and payments are accepted via Cash App. So hit your boy up, no problem, and I'll give you all that information in a bit.
That's what's up. Shout out to my dude J Rags, the Colombian 20 mil Colombian peso. He said, "Seems like PUAs, women, etc., are trying to keep black men from traveling." It does seem that way, don't it? I would think, do your thing. Shit, the more the merrier, right? Let me see if I can bring it on. Are you there, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. How you pronounce your name, bro?
Jossie
Jackson. Jossie Jackson. That's it? Okay. That's what's on your mind, man.
Nah, so I just had a quick question that I wanted to ask the guys on the panel. Really, my thing is, what are the PUA coaches bringing to the youth? Because they're the main ones that's going to be hit the hardest with the whole dating thing. Like, the whole game thing isn't going to, women that's younger are not looking for guys with game, they're looking for status. So a lot of the younger guys, they're not going to have status that early, and they're going to be left out of the loop. So, to me, the whole game thing isn't a good skill that a lot of the youth is going to be able to utilize to transition that or channel that into successful relationships.
I think it's bringing confusion. Yeah, I think it's bringing confusion because it's, you need to do this, this, and this, right, to make sure, she likes you, don't call her back, it does not. Okay, and then along with the status, man, it's always been like that. Most young men, you don't have status. You 17, 18, 19, unless you were like popular, like say like in your high school years, and it transitions into another phase of your life. But that person is who he is. It's not something that is taught. So when younger men grow into the further manhood, you do have to learn some things. You will have some lessons if you don't have someone along the way to guide you, to help you actually a lot of times understand how a woman's nature is, because a lot of it is true. Like a lot of what when POAs talk about how a woman will this and do that and do that, a lot of them will. But then if you probably look deeper, there may be some emotional trauma there also with that woman. But based on your location, what can you do? So you're forced to contend with that because maybe you don't have the finances to get abroad just yet, as a young man. As if you're making the money, I'll tell anybody, get your money right. And that doesn't mean you got to be making six figures. If you do, beautiful, keep growing. But reprioritize, what you spend your money on. Just step out the country one time. Step out one time, and you can get what we call the bug, and it will bite you. You will leave this place a lot, unless you just happen to have, an incident, as we talked about yesterday. But even then, still it still should not, stop you. Yeah, a lot of younger men, they just don't have the guidance, I believe, that is needed to navigate, the relationship waters. And then we discover, hey, let I can step out the country. Let me just go see what's available, because you hear passport bros talking about it, and it inspires you. Again, when that inspiration takes hold, and you see what's really available to you, you're like, you are changed, man. You're not, you're like, oh, them over there, I ain't worried about them. Nah, I got these over here. Whether you go to South America, you go to Asia, you go to Europe, whatever your cup of tea is, you're not going to be looking at or even listening to what, LOCARIO or women who get mad at you for leaving the States say, because your eyes have been open. You know the truth.
That's a good point. Let me catch a super chat real quick by Abraham with $10 super chat. Says, my renewed passport came in the mail today. Should I travel to DR or Colombia? My first trip. Thoughts? I would suggest traveling to DR right now. Right, fellas? I think DR would be a good first trip. Colombia got a lot going on right now. QB, did you want to say something? I think you asked.
Yeah. So kind of responding to the dude's question, are PUAs confusing, men more with their channel, their service, and their message? And the answer is absolutely yes. I made a video recently of, it's called, for me, being a pickup artist to a geomaxer, which is another term for traveler. And the lifestyle that pickup artists promote, it's very toxic and detrimental. Going to the club 24/7, paying for Tinder and Bumble, and doing all the super likes and all that, and you're getting little results. Telling you to go cold approach at a mall to 100 girls every day. It's not productive. So when you go to another country, like I mentioned, and you hop off the airplane and, the women stare you down, you go out to the bar, a girl asks you to dance. Like, you don't need, their products. You don't need the services. You're in a better position. And so when you have that clarity, you know how to move. It's great. And again, we can always fall back. Hey, the night ain't well, or, this girl that I'm talking to that I met seems a little reserved. We always got something to hit on the side with a mango or two. And that's it. You can't do that here in the United States. So guys need to realize, get your passports. And if these dating coaches don't want to be transparent with their receipts, they're full of shit. And so don't get their product, period.
Facts. Shout out to my dude, Dennis Jean Pierre. He said PUA tactics are obsolete now. Very true, man. Old Mac. You know what? The funny thing is, first off, I think, most of us, I think Del, know you like the youngest guy in here, but most of us came from a different generation of women, first off, right? Like, the women we was talking to and courting were somewhat more cooperable back then, at least. We had more of a love culture, Love Jones culture, I would say. We had the right type of movies in high school. We grew up in some of the R&B age, is what I'm trying to say, where women wanted to actually be in romanticized relationships. Now we like in that trap music, quick social media phase, and it's just difficult. And they expect these young guys to have a Range Rover or a Bentley at like 21, 22. And we all know that's not how it works. It takes some time to develop. And another unfortunate thing is, my uncles gave me, a lot of information about women, growing up. You always had that uncle or, your older brother, or somebody would tell you, about women, so you wouldn't be such a tender dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you'll learn about female nature. And then as you get older, as you start to build up your resources, you start to get the information, you start to understand female nature. That's what, builds you up as a man. You're not so soft to the touch of any just whimsical woman coming by. You don't try to wife up anything now because you have value. And I think that's the biggest problem, is the fact that these young guys don't understand their value, because they're trying to, they're trying to microwave and skip certain things that they just have to learn just growing and getting older. Because we all been through it, the little soft key sipping with the women and going back and forth from toxic relationships. We all been through it, and we learn from it. So it's not the fact that, we can't attract or pull women in the States. It's just that we're done, and we're maximizing our value overseas, because that's where, we're going to get the most bang for our buck. And that's what the Passport Bros message. It's not all about the women. The women are just the icing on the cake. But it's also about stacking your cheese up, maximizing your American dollar, getting properties overseas, sowing seeds everywhere else. That's what cultures you as a man. The fact that, you can go to Brazil and speak a little Portuguese. Tobias speaks fluent Spanish. QB speaks good Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there cultures you. Now you're an international man. Your value is up here now. But it's not going to be that way if you start listening to these PUA coaches, just to sit in the States and not develop, basically, because you're trying to learn some type of game for them. The biggest thing that women love, and this is for all my young guys, is for you to be yourself. That's what women really like: confidence and just being yourself. Right.
Can I add that?
Yeah, on that tangent. Go ahead, Tobias.
No, you said, being yourself and confidence. Now, when we say that, I want to make sure we're real clear, right? Because honestly, what is the basis for confidence? What's that foundation? And when I ask
having success, when you're successful with women repetitively, you have confidence,
True.
And I can be very transparent. You can look at a girl based on your success and know, at the end of the night, it's going down.
But
that's
you know what?
confidence.
Yeah, it is, because that, you know what? That was definitely my experience. The more chicks that I slayed, the higher your confidence grows. And people, if you ain't done it, you don't know. But even before that, right? The foundation of confidence, like the real this unwavering confidence, I believe, is love for oneself. Do you?
Big time.
First thing, that's why I like to call it out, right? Let's call that out. Like, hey, can you look in the mirror, and when you just waking up and you're just like, oh my God, look at you, and it's genuine. That right there, I believe, is not communicated. Often, it's implied, but a lot of times if you don't hear it, just like if you you play high school football, baseball, in college, and you know something already, but your coach actually informs you, and that light comes on. You're like, you know what? He's right. I know I'm supposed to do this, but when you hear it, it's ignited again. That light comes on. So I really like to make sure before we get to, hey, the more women you take down, the higher your confidence grows, because it is true. I am a testament to that. But again, that love of self first. Oh yeah, it can't be discounted. I just wanted to put that out there.
If you don't love yourself, how's somebody gonna love you? Straight up.
True.
Very
and
true.
Having the clarity is very important as well. If you're a guy that hasn't been successful with women, and you got to get things right mentally and physically, then have the clarity and go do it. And unfortunately, these dating coaches, they won't say that matters. They won't say that, hey, mentally you got to get better, physically you got to get better, financially you got to get better, self-improve, and then you're going to get the results that you desire. And that's very important for men when they come into these streams and take that knowledge and understand that. And again, when you see someone that's having success and they can tell you this is it, and they're transparent about it, then that proves their credibility. These dating coaches, again, we don't see anything from them. Nothing. No type of women whatsoever. And
from not one, not one,
right,
not one.
You think Steve the Dean's gonna ever show his wife? That would kill his product line,
Mm-hmm.
and probably the same thing with LOCARIO. Even though I have seen his wife and other women that he's been with, and yeah, they're all trash. All trash.
Yo, QB, how long have you been, part? Because it sounds like you've been a part of like that PUA community, or you at least known about it for a while.
Oh, we've been going at them for about
for a while.
2019,
Right.
QB?
Right.
Yeah,
But
I think our first couple
right.
of shows was about PUA coaches because we had exposed one pretty bad.
Yeah.
Now, but I'm talking about even before then. Like, what was what the time frame? Like, what year was it? It's like I'm asking.
Well, I would say I came into the realm before I started my channel, and kind of before BMT started his channel. Because BMT, you've been here, what, 2 years now?
No, it's been a little longer than that. I think I started at like 2018, somewhere around there.
2018. Okay.
Yeah, when I got back from Brazil.
I came basically from the Black Pill side, from MGTOW Dictionary, and so we would have streams every Saturday roasting dating coaches from the white manosphere and the black manosphere. So everybody got it, So I was a participant, like how I'm participating now, and roasting these dating coaches, because it's like, look, you say all these things and you're calling out all these other content creators, but what about you? Like, come on, like for example, Richard Cooper, which is on the white manosphere, he has a problem with women because he got jaded by a single mother. He wiped up right.
You know what though? Think about Richard. He do be saying some real stuff though, just as far as manhood stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like some of his messages, but he did say his experience with the woman with the 2 kids. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Is anybody on the panel familiar with the Rouge V forums?
Yeah, I heard of them. You going way back though, bro. You going
that's what I'm
way
saying.
back.
This is like way before folks was on YouTube going hard at it like that, right? Or at least there wasn't 2010, 11, 12, 13, like there wasn't forums like we're having right now where we're really pushing against red pill, blue pill, black. There's so many different pills nowadays. It's ridiculous. I'm like, man, look here, take yours and be happy. Just because on the Rouge V forums, I was very, very active on that forum back in like 2012, 13, 14. That's what just asking
going
anybody.
Way back. Yeah, you're going way back. I mean, now I still debate these guys on their platforms, like Alex Playing with Fire. He's one of them. Kevin Ray Wilder, and a lot of these guys they were socially awkward somewhat before they started their channel. Now they had success with a girl or two, and now they're trying to claim like they're a pickup artist, and that's fine. But again, it's either you got to have a nice looking girlfriend, because if I am somebody new coming into your platform, I either want to see you success with multiple women, or you have a nice looking girlfriend. A lot of these dating coaches, they have neither, but they're able to sell and manipulate you based on, discussions off of TikTok, feminism, and all these other things that men are dealing with in the manosphere. That's it.
That's a good point. Let me catch your super chats real quick. Shout out to James Stewart with $2 super chat. He's also a member. He said, we get overseas where the white guys get in the U.S. All right, shout out to James Stewart. Shout out to Dorian with the $5 super chat. He said, the music of the 90s was music that can help turn you into a simp. Talking about that Brian McKnight. Yeah, most definitely. That R&B music, I know what you're talking about there. Shout out to Abraham T with the $5 super chat. He says, I'm 43, 6 figures, no wife or kids, looking to invest and find a woman with no kids to marry. So your best bet is definitely to go overseas. All right, that would be your best bet.
True that.
Shout out to James Stewart, $2 super chat once again. He says confidence is not worried about failure. That's very true. Very true.
We learn from the failures.
Yeah.
Shout out to Abraham T with the $5 super chat. He says, I never had the issue getting women, but the juice is not worth the squeeze in the U.S. All right. I used to say that all the time. Right, QB Willie B?
Yes.
Juice is just not worth the squeeze. Shout out to Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement Channel. Man, that's a long YouTube name, but appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. Shout out to you.
Right.
Hell, I want to know, where do the black dating coaches and pickup artists base their numbers from to properly price both their courses and consultations? Extremely high and yet has no receipts. That's a good question, man. That's actually
Right.
I don't know if they're doing that to attract, like, I guess, wealthy guys. You know, that's, I guess.
Right. Well, that's a good question. I want to chime in on that really quick, because I noticed BMT and the other guys on the panel, some of these dating coaches, they have a specific market. So, like, for example, David Bond and Pickup Alpha, they're going like after like the rich white Asian dudes, you know, and they're selling them the dream, like, come to Colombia, you having a harlot of women. And BMT, let's keep it big factors, bro. We know that all of those girls are pros. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, look, if you want to have the Dan Bazarian experience on your scale, you can do that, but you don't need to pay $10,000 to David Bond to do that. Right. And like, you know, like on the black side, you look at, you know, Steve the Dean, right, King Dre, the Mac player or whatever. They know that they can't really charge that much, because a lot of brothers is like, look, man, I'm not really gonna pay that extreme amount of money to get a consultation or get help from a dating coach. But they offer like a membership, and they might charge maybe about $100 to $1,000 an hour. But since LOCARIO, for example, since he's been here on YouTube for a very long time, he has a large following. He can kind of up his numbers regardless, because of the demand and him being on this platform. But of course, you know, no receipts like the rest of them.
Good point. Good point. Let me catch the super chat by my dude Dennis Jean Pierre with the $5 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says, overseas, you're always in the game. You get rejected. You may get rejected a lot, but you win enough to keep you in the game. Very good point. Shout out to my dude Grego, who's in the building. Shout out to Grego in the building here. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. First, got that AC going. Yeah, it's hot out here, man. Hot nights out here. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sum up the show. I appreciate everybody on the panel. I'm gonna give everybody's closing statement, and we're gonna go ahead and be out. I will start with you, Tobias the Traveler. Any closing statement and concerns of the PUA coaches versus the Passport Bros?
Okay, well, we'll look at both. PUA coaches, again, where's their proof? Where's the receipts? You know, people say, show your work, and I'm an advocate of that. Can you produce what you say you have done? And if that individual, that coach who's, trying to provide you with a service can't, other than, like the marketing material, 86 that. Then, step out the country, get your passport if you don't already have it, and step out the country and see what is, or, if you want to try both, go for it. I think, just stepping out the country is going to be a lot easier on your wallet with, versus like somebody like LOCARIO who's charging $4,000. You know what I could do with $4,000 in Croatia, or $4,000 in Colombia, or $4,000 in Thailand or some other, right? Do you know
3 months in Thailand?
Exactly. Your money is going to go a lot further. And I say again, if you're looking to find that woman for your life, you have much greater chances finding her abroad versus finding her here. Join the community. You will definitely see results. And even if you don't find her in that, that just like 1, 2, 3 months, you're gonna have enough experience. Like, whoa, I know she's here. Or maybe you got to jump to another country. But the results you experience, and they just not even just from the dating aspect, the life experiences you will have will they'll fuel you. Like, you know what? You go home, you're gonna go again. You'll leave again. Guaranteed. Just step out. It's a lot greater, right, than just women. There's a beautiful world out there. Grab your passports, go see it.
Man, great closing statement. I'll let you go down on music. Closing statement.
This is my 5th passport.
Okay.
This is my passport. I'm a 30-year-old man, but this is my 5th passport. I can explain how I got it too on another date. That being said, these PUA coaches are leading young men to nowhere. Every single person on this panel, granted, I've been slacking, I'll admit it, but every single man on this panel speaks another language. Why is that? Because we took the chance and we went abroad and we learned new cultures, learned a new lifestyle, and was exposed to great things, you know? PUA coaches aren't teaching you anything. They're just teaching you how to spend $4,000 on a service that gets you nowhere with women that do not even want to cooperate with you. Please travel. That's all I beg for everyone to do. Just please travel.
Good point, man. Great closing statement. Great closing statement. Let me catch a super chat and I'm gonna get you, QB. No internet, $2 super chat. How's the water in Thailand and Pattaya? The water is as far as the beach water, it's not nobody swims at the beach here, but you're talking about drinking water. Everybody drinks bottled water here, as far as I know. All right. So I'm gonna give the floor to you, QB. Go ahead. It's your last statement.
Right.
I know you got a lot to say.
Right. I appreciate that, BMT. First off, guys, coming into the manosphere, understand that you have options. We talk about challenging these PUAs with the receipts, but above that is showing the lifestyle. If these guys cannot show you their lifestyle compared to Passport Bros, you do not need to listen to them. You do not need to buy their product. Look at the costs, and maybe I'll do a video on this, breaking down their service and what they charge to an actual trip. Okay. If you can take an actual trip for 3 to 4 days cheaper than a consultation or a product from a dating coach, you need to go get your passport. Plain and simple. These guys are manipulators. They're out to get you. They're going to prey on your misery. Again, Passport Bros, we want you to win. You're going to win. You're going to win with the passport each and every single time. And yeah, that's what I got to say. Sub to all these guys' channels. More fire content coming. And yeah, this is just the beginning. I highly doubt these dating coaches will want to debate us. And I'm open to it, but they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're never going to do it. And
just sub to your channel, QB. Like I said, just sub to your channel.
Before we go, QB, do you want to say anything about the MEX treatment?
Yeah, so guys can hit me up, consultation, on my channel, Instagram, QB Willie B. Hit me up if you guys ever want a consultation about Mexico or an actual tour. Those services are available. I'm going to have more information on that on the channel, but MEX treatment open 24/7. Hit your boy up. I'm going to put you in the best position to win each and every time.
And that's all facts, bro. I've been seeing the pictures. All right. I see the pictures. So he has results and he definitely has receipts. All right. Tobias, you want to shout out your channel before we go?
Oh, yeah. So mine is Tobias the Traveler, right, on YouTube. Also, Tobias the Traveler. You hit me up on IG, Instagram. I'm just running around the world, shooting footage, showing folks what it is. I wish I would have started 10 years ago, but yeah, some of my first videos I actually just started uploading was in Bali early this year. Went to Colombia. I was there a couple weeks ago. Got a lot more travels coming this year. I'm 45 countries in right now. So like I said, I wish I would have had the camera rolling back then, but I didn't. So yeah, check me out. Love to have you. And if you have any questions, hit me in the comments or shoot me an email, tobias@tobiasthetraveler.com.
All right. And QB, did you mention your YouTube channel? Because they're asking about your YouTube channel.
Yeah, QB Passport Flexing. We'll put it in the chat again one more time if you don't mind. But yeah, sub to the channel, hit me up, fire content. Get your boy up to 1,000 subs. I'm going to start live streaming. You know, everyone's going to be welcome to the live streams. And yeah, one live stream is going to be roasting dating coaches. The other live stream is going to be talking about traveling. So yeah, hit your boy. Definitely.
All right. Okay, guys. So I just posted that. Hold up. I posted that actually in the back end. Hold on. Let me post QB channel right here. I just posted.
DJP, thank you for subbing. I saw that. Appreciate that, sir.
All right.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get to my 1,000 also. Like I'm at like 690 or something like that. Trying to get
man, that first 1,000 is a doozy. I'm not gonna lie. That first 1,000, unless you go viral like Austin did. Austin, I think he got damn near 10K already.
Right.
But it's definitely a doozy. Well, guys, great show once again. Appreciate everybody on the panel for coming on. Salute. Be out.
Salute.
All right.
Salute.
For sure.